Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to part 8 of the CBR600 project bike. So in this episode we're going to show you how we got from this horrible mess to this not so horrible mess. Okay, hang tight. Here we go. Well, already an improvement on my original one because it's got the mounting lugs all intact. Get rid of this. Yes, not too bad. A little bit of corrosion, but it's intact. Fan's rotating okay, which I will test. It wants a bit of a clean. Small bit of damage here and there, but that is in pretty good order. Mounting lug intact. Mounting lugs all for the fan intact. I mean, this is not surprising that you get this bit of corrosion. So I'll test that out and that can be fitted. Right, managed to get the fan and the radiator separated. The bottom screw was a little bit difficult. Nothing, a bit of nurturing with an impact driver didn't sort. Now it's in pretty good order. I've given it a little wash. Usual areas a bit bunged up, but I've cleared that as best I can, and I'm pretty pleased with that. I'll give it a rub down. I'm probably going to paint it just more aesthetics, and on the bottom edge they do tend to start to corrode pretty quickly around here, so I'll give it a rub down and sort that out. Similarly with the fan cowling, these go all the time. I've seen these are in a bad state, so we can rub all that down, try and get some kind of protection on it. So I just wanted to show you, I've tested the fan and it works, but I thought maybe it'd be handy to show you guys. So what I've done, following the Haynes manual advice, what I've got is two leads, a red and a black. I've put the correct terminals on, which I'll show you in a minute, but in the meantime, connected to the battery, red one to the positive terminal, black one to the negative, and the positive has a 10 amp fuse on there, which is the correct rating for this fan, which I checked in the Haynes manual. I know obviously a lot of you are not going to be able to get your hands on this kind of stuff, but it'll give you an idea how to test it. You can test the fan if you suspect it's failed. So what it says is on the fan connector there's two wires. One is difficult to see because of the dirt build-up. One is a blue-black, which is that one. You just see the blue on there, blue-black. It says to connect the positive to that. So that's the right type of receptacle. Blue-black is on this side of the block. Put that in there. And then the black one, the negative, goes to the switch, i.e. the thermostat terminal. Now you have to be, I've got to be careful here because I'm holding this fan and it does move at a rate of knots. So I'll put it down on the ramp. Yeah, that fan's free. So if I connect the black to here, to the one that goes to the thermostat, as like what I've already said, that's clearly running, plenty of power there and speed. That's good to go. Right, as you can see, the replacement radiator is looking somewhat better. So I've given it a good rub down, a good clean and a soak, cleaned the fins out, sprayed it up. Looks pretty good to me. So I'm just putting this fan back on. Done the same with the fan, rubbed it all down because that was in a bad way. But it wasn't shot, so rubbed it down, sprayed it all up, and I'm going to fix that back on onto these mountings, which are all intact, unlike my old radiator. Using stainless steel fixings. Again, just helps with the it's one less area that can corrode. Just going to rub the paint off that little bit there because that needs to be an earth point. Well, when I say an earth point, it's actually the negative side of the power going to the fan. So that needs to make a good connection. That's it. The fan, the impeller doesn't catch anywhere. I'm going to smear just a little bit of grease around there where I've cleared that off. I know it's probably going to get wiped off at some point, but we'll give it a good start in life. Sorry about that, just the lid off the grease. Right, super. Right, let's hang this nicely cleaned up radiator. So it hangs on a peg on the other side, and on this side we have got a screw that goes through into this bracket, which, if you remember, I drilled that out, drilled and tapped it. So it just goes in at a bit of an angle, and then bring it up, put your screw in. I'm just going to leave that loose for the moment, and then there is another bracket. I'll show you if I can. Inside, coming out between the headers, which is here. That probably looks a bit different to anybody else's because I had to make that myself. It was missing on this bike, so I had to make one of my own, but it's fine. So that just hangs on the top fittings, as you can see, and then from underneath we can just, from the other side, sorry, I can go around the other side, I can just pass the screw through the bracket, the new bracket, not in a washer. Tighten that bottom one up. Back onto this side, take the top one up. That's it, nice and solid, nothing's fouling. And it's just a case of putting all these connecting hoses on for the coolant to flow through. That's all 5 on. Certainly starting to look much better. Right, let's get the coolant mixed up and put into the bike. Going to mix the I bought concentrate antifreeze coolant, no particular reason, that's what they had on the shelf. So I've checked in the Haynes manual, and it's the stuff I've bought is a ethyl glycol based, and it's without sulfites, I think it said. So that's this particular one. Yes, that says battery top up, but it's the same stuff. It tells you on the back. Deionized water, and it's a 50-50 mix. So I've got this. This is what we got in here. It's a litre mixing jug, half a litre of each in there. So I'll just do it 1 litre at a time until it's full. I think it's it's supposed to be 3 litres the capacity on the CBR. Right, there's half a litre of coolant. It's just the easiest way I could think to do it. Just do it in small 1 litre batches. One litre. We'll take the funnel and the jug over. Right, I turned the engine over. The coolant level did drop a little bit. So I managed to get almost all of that 3 litres in. And you can see the level in the tank. I think you might be able to just see that. That's the overflow reservoir, expansion reservoir. So again, with all fluids, engine and coolant, and also the brakes, I've got the front to do yet, but the brakes at the back, that'll all be the levels, and I'll be checking for bubbles in the back and see if we've got any, make sure we haven't got any bubbles. So I'll bleed that again after I've tried the bike and run it. And we'll check the coolant level in the top and in the reservoir, make sure that hasn't gone down, and also the oil level, which as you can see is still where we left it because we've not ran the engine yet. I'll just turn that over, and yeah, so we're about there. That's about all on this part of the video, of the project, sorry. So yeah, we're done. Coolant's done, coolant's in. So we're moving on to the next stage, which could be, I might take the air filter off, clean out, put a new one in, clean the small, I think there's some small filters in there as well, so I believe, and give that top end a bit of a clean up if we can. And then after that we are on to the front end, so there's quite a bit to do on there, so that will be another series of videos. Bring you up. Yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate you if you've subscribed. Thanks very much for that, appreciate it. If you haven't, go and hit the subscribe button. I'm only doing this as a record, but if it's helping you, great stuff. It gives me something to do, at least I'm not talking to myself. Okay guys, see you next time.